Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr-Magazine.
I'm going to be Carrot Top today. I brought a prop. Well, it's actually something to read. I'm going to read something to you, Mr. Magazine, and I want your opinion on it, and I want to hear, we're going to get in a little talk today.
Okay.
And the title of this is Why Apple's Store Workers Are Unionizing. And they were talking about a cultural shift under Tim Cook, who's the new head of Apple. Mm-hmm. Their store jobs have lost their luster. When Steve Jobs, I don't know if you know who he was or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Store employees were encouraged to engage with customers until their problem was resolved, sometimes resulting in hours-long discussion.
Wow.
This focus on customer satisfaction made working at the Genius Bar a source of pride, gave Apple a reputation as one of the best jobs in retail. But associates claim the Tim Cook era has introduced some unwelcome changes, including new quotas that grade employees on how many customers they handle per hour, a broader shift in priorities from fixing devices to upselling customers on new product, and then making matters worse, customers aren't always keen on being sold to when they're stressed about a broken device. So what is your opinion of that? Not the unionization part, but the part, I guess the part that jumped out at me that I wanted you to talk about was they were encouraged to engage with customers until their problem was resolved, sometimes resulting in hours-long discussions.
Well, it seems like they were going for quality and quantity, if possible. Quality over quantity, and now it's the other way around. They don't care so much of the, and if you've gone into a Verizon store, that's kind of how it is in there. They're your best friend. As soon as you're done buying that product, next time you come in, they don't care anything about you. They'll just ignore, if you're not buying a phone or anything expensive or getting some contract or anything like that, they just shrug you off. Oh, go online or this or that, or, they make you, it's crazy.
Well, I guess I wanted to tie it back to Mr. Magazine and your empire.
Okay.
With the customer service side of it versus, like, what do you have to weigh up, and maybe not even necessarily just with your employees, with you as well. Mm-hmm. What do you have to weigh up in customer service versus?
Well, we certainly are treating customers and eBay and Amazon differently than we did 10 years ago. I tried to fight with them and, trying to win these battles, and you live and learn that it's not going to happen. You're wasting your time. Now we're trying to be more proactive. If there's anything that might be a violation, we'll call up ahead of time in eBay instead of just throwing it out there and getting in trouble. So, we definitely want quality. Quantity will come if you're selling the product for the right price, so we don't worry really about that. But the employees as well, we're trying to get them to, do proper listings, talking to customers. Even if a customer is rude, and we've seen many rude customers, we pretty much bite our tongue at this point, no matter what it is, win, lose, or draw. We just don't want to, okay, return it, whatever, we'll take care of it. And in the dollar amount, years ago, if it was a $50 issue, I'd have a fit about it. Now, if it's a $500 issue, well, we just chalk it up and, hey, it is what it is,
But I guess the other side of that coin is how much customer service is too much customer service, if that makes sense to you. In other words, you can't spend 12 hours on an $8 magazine. Somebody calls you up and says, well, can you go through every page?
Yeah.
Are they all there? Can you tell me what's on page 7? Can you tell me what's on page 12? Can you send me a picture of what's on page 16?
That wouldn't take as long. Say that takes 10 minutes. Now, I wouldn't suggest that, nor would I pay my employee to do that. That's bad. But we've been getting a lot of people lately because we've been selling 45s. They want us to play grade this 45s and 33. So we're just supposed to sit there, maybe multitask, and listen to a whole record, both sides, before we sell it for $7. Like, these people don't, and do people actually do that? I don't know anyone, even if you're a one-man band, would you do that?
Not unless not unless I'm playing music all the time anyway.
Right. If you're gonna type work list, whatever, organize, sort, and listen to it, but even then you have to pay attention to the music in case it does skip. Then you got to see where it skips, and then you throw it out, or then you discount it because it skips. I mean, even with movies, when we sell DVDs, is there any issues with it? We don't watch them. We're not set up, so we're just used to telling people my apologies. We just are not set up to look in page 38 or to pull this down and listen to it or play it. So
yeah, it's kind of it's interesting because when I read that over, I said there has to be, as terrible as it sounds, there has to be an upper limit to customer service
Yeah.
because we are businesses.
Sure.
And for you, even more so than me,
Right.
because you're paying employees.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great if I could give a customer 12 hours of my time,
Yeah.
but I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, if it's something important where I think my employee missed it in the listing and then we're going to get a lot of questions regarding it, then I will say, hey, when you're pulling toys out there, go buy this box and take a look at it and see. There was a model that didn't have a scale on it, and they looked all over to double check the listers, and there was not a scale. So the lister put 14.5 inches. So if you know models, then you're going to know within some range of scale
Right.
that it is. I don't know if you're familiar with the Dixie Challenger Hot Wheels car. It kind of looks like the General Lee.
Okay.
It's orange, but it's like it's a Dodge Challenger. It's not the whatever car they use in Dukes of Hazzard. But it had they originally had the flag on the top, Confederate flag, and then there's a version without the Confederate flag. I don't know which one's more rare, but we had one unopened. They took a picture of it, but not the roof.
Not the top, right?
And so that's something where I feel like, hey, double check that and let him know it didn't have the flag, but the guy bought it, so he was looking for that version. So something like that, if it doesn't take that long, if it's a toy, you got to look in a box for a second, fine. But if you're going up to find magazines or look in pages or play a movie, a record, it's certainly not worth it.
Right. And I guess the other side of it is, and I don't use Apple products, but what does an iPhone cost?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
You're dealing with $1,000, and you're also dealing with Apple. Again, I don't use Apple products. I happen to like Android.
Mm-hmm.
People who like Apple,
Yeah.
and they might be buying the watch. They might be buying the this, the that, the
iPad,
this.
the headphones, the whole nine. Yeah.
So-
you could spend $5,000. If you're a family, you could spend over $5,000.
If it were a regularly $5,000 deals going on, you probably would be having the employees
Right.
spending a lot more time on it.
An example, if it's a $100 magazine or book, we might do that just because it's a $100 magazine. But it might be worth looking for one page or looking for an advertisement or something like that. But run-of-the-mill $8, $10, $20 items, it's not worth it because factors are, one, it might not be in there, and two, if it is in there, they still may not buy it.
There are people out there that fish.
Yeah.
You're the only one to answer, and they buy it off somebody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
That does happen as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring that up, though, just to discuss customer service, because everybody always talks about customer service, and rightly so. It is very important, but there has to be an upper limit to it. Whether where Mr. Cook put it at or not, whether where Jobs put it at, that's their business model within what they have. But they're also talking, as we said, about high-priced items. And they're also, they're Apple. If you want an Apple product, you're buying it from them.
Right.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. If somebody, and a lot more people buy Apple products than buy old magazines. they just
true,
do.
yeah.
And there's a lot of other people also selling the same magazines we do as well. So it's not exactly apples to apples. See what I did there?
True.
However, it does have a greater, even a story like that applies to our businesses as well, and to your business out there watching it. So I kind of just wanted to bring this video up just for you to think about what level of customer service is right for you, because the stock answer, I'm great with customer service, but there has to be an upper limit, or else, at some point, the law of diminishing returns, you're losing money if you spend 12 hours on one customer over an $8 item. You just are.
Yeah.
These things kind of happen out there, and wanted to bring that up. So if you could do a little customer service for us and hit the like button, we definitely would appreciate it, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.